YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to your Daily Dose of Isaac, baby. Tuesday, the 22nd of December edition. And what's going to be the last edition for a little while, and for the first time since we started tracking Binding of Mandem, since Binding of Isaac spreadsheet edition launched, the first time we're going to be missing some days. We're going to be missing like 4 or 5 days here. It's going to be our last one for a little while, so I can only hope we have a good one. Just eat my Christmassy butt, please, Edmund. I would appreciate if you could do that. We have a Maggie run today. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna jump into it. As you can see there, we're only a little over 2 hours into the new day. It's just after noon, local time. That little stutter there, I'm a little bit concerned about. Genshin was struggling a little bit last night. My Genshin loads were not good last night. I ended up just sitting outside of a domain while NSL and Josh and Spink did it, and I just gave moral support from outside because my loads, they were struggling. Let me tell you, they were struggling last night, and obviously Isaac was lagging quite a bit yesterday as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, it's my last one for a while, and it's an interesting one because, I mean, first and foremost, my last one until probably like the 29th, maybe. At the earliest, or at the very, very earliest, the 28th. And yet, I have prepared nothing to talk about. I have no topics for like the first time in a week. Actually, no, we've had some this week. I haven't had anything to talk about. We figured it out. We'll be fine. I have no topics today. I have no anecdotes to tell. I have no bits. I have well, I do have some. Never mind, that was you know what, it doesn't matter. Bad joke, Reese, bad joke. It was weird, it was going to be a weird joke. I don't know what you do. Lusty Blood, I like Lusty Blood, dude, that's a good one. What's I saying? What's up? Nothing? What's up? So, it's going to be an interesting one, but I also am in a bit of a weird situation right now. Because a little bit of a gold poop up there. I'll take a little bit of a gold poop. If you could spit me some flies, if you could spit on me just a little bit. Maybe in me, maybe in. It's just been a bit of a weird start to an episode. I'm pretty freshly awake. I've got a busy day today, so I just woke up and then I've jumped like immediately into this Isaac episode. So if I sound like I've just woken up, and every time I say that, and every time it doesn't really sound like it does, but to me it sounds like it does. If I sound like I've just woken up, and I can tell because I feel like I'm barely speaking in a like coherent sentences right now. But that's such is life. I should have got some water because I haven't had the need to drink today, and now my throat feels like the middle sheet of paper in a fresh new stack. Like it's dry, but it's also weirdly warm in there. Why? I don't know. Your dad wasn't complaining last night though. Why has it been such like a weird? This has been like a horny start to the episode, and I don't like it. I'm not okay. You can eat me, dude. And I'm not even like I'm not even well horny for one, to be honest with you. And dude, I can be honest with you. We get candid here, dude. We like to. I thought that was the boss room for a second there. You know, I always like to be honest with you guys. Not horny right now. There you go. In case you were wondering. It's just been a bit of a sauce, a bit of a spiced. Hey, this room cannot. Is not getting a Christmas card. Today's episode, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's probably gonna be a weird one. Maybe I should have, knowing how tired I am and how stressed I am and how nervous I am for various happenings today. And by various, I mean one. I figured probably this could have been a good episode to actually like plan something to talk about today. For once in my life, could have been fun. So we don't just end up on you know, gap filling, dead air filling talk. But I didn't, so you know, I guess we're living with that. But yeah, I've got a busy one today. So I woke up. I'm recording this straight away. As soon as I'm done recording this, I am. Getting dressed and going back out to the supermarket because I need some cards I forgot to buy yesterday, so that's fun. Love that I forgot to buy those. So I need to get some cards because, you know, you have like the gift list in your head, you know, like who you need to get a gift for, and then as you go along you start filling in what you're getting them or what you've got them. But some people I'm just getting a card for, and you know, putting a little bit of money in for the kids or whatever. So in my head I'm like, okay, that's a gift off the list, right? Because it's not a gift that I have to buy. It's like, oh, I'm just giving the money, sorted. But you can't just like hand cash over to a 9-year-old. You have to put it in a card, dude. It's a social thing. It's how it is, you know. Society, am I right? Etc. Etc. So I need to go and do that. So I'm gonna have to get dressed, which is outrageous enough on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday? Getting dressed on a Tuesday? And I'm going to walk all the way to the supermarket. Which, again, not a big deal. But then I'm going to be tempted to buy stuff. I already went yesterday. And I already bought a load more stuff because I went while I was hungry. And they say you should never shop on an empty stomach because you'll be tempted to buy so many more things. It was absolutely the case yesterday. I only needed food for yesterday and today, and I've got food for about 4 days. I'm just gonna absolutely scram down like a hawk tonight. So and I know I'll be tempted to buy some more stuff today. I know I will, because it's me. And then when I come back, I think I'm gonna wrap the last of my Christmas presents. I have 4 or 5 last few Christmas gifts to wrap in wrapping paper, and then after that, I'm gonna have a nap because I've had about 2 hours so far, but we have summit planned tonight with the group quite late, so I want my energy for that. So I want to be doing that on more than just a couple hours because I promised I would. And then I'm gonna get a nap, and then I'm gonna get up, and then I'm gonna get a shower, and then I need to edit a Yetiness video, and then after that I need to edit my Boxing Day video, which is a long one. It shouldn't take too long to edit. It's mostly just little cuts here or there, but it's like it's like an hour and a half long, so it'll be like a 2-hour export. So I want to get that done, and then 3 a.m. we have the hangout with the gang, which I'm very excited for. So it's gonna be a busy day. We won't be going in the IM room again. It's gonna be a busy day, which is why I'm in no people say they're in no rush. I'm in no slow here. I'm in no slow. I'm happy to zoom through this one, which has gone just brilliantly for us. Obviously, if you saw yesterday's run, no keys is the thing. Take the speed. Oh, it's Maggie. It's always the first one's always a speed up. I forgot. Okay, yep, not speedy enough apparently because I just couldn't get away from that friend. Yesterday's run was absolutely abysmal. So, I'd like a good run to end it off for the it's going to be my last run for a week. It'd be nice to end it on a strong note. Lusty Blood Death Touch, dude, the possibility's there. However, 1.5 a heart and half a marrow heart, the possibility for an early death is also very much there. So I'd love some sort of Tyrod Taylor security on this one as we try to aim for. I feel like I'm not speaking right now. I just feel like words, like to me, I'm saying just nothing right now. We'll do the item room. Oh, we want to do the champion room there, or the challenge room even for the points. But I guess we get some points from Mr. Mega there, from the bombs. So that should be fine. And actually, we'll use one of those bombs, and we'll go and do the challenge room. Is what makes sense here. Okay. If we get a key from this, maybe we can hit the shop and maybe try and get a key back or some spirit hearts. Burnt penny's interesting. However, we have counterfeit penny, and I think I would rather. I think I'll take the. Yep, that's rough. I think I'll take the extra coins for more points and also for. Oh, but I don't know. The bombs could be good for damage though. So we didn't get another key there. That's really unfortunate. And I'm gonna take the time out here to check for a secret room, just because I don't feel comfortable going into this boss with 1 heart. And considering this is the last for a week, and I'm very stressed right now, and I'm very nervous right now, it'd be nice for it to not be a 10-minute run. Would be nice. This is my solace today, because as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to the supermarket, I'm wrapping Christmas gifts, I'm writing cards, I'm getting a quick nap, and then I'm showering, I'm editing, I'm trying to get my editing done for tonight. And like I said, I've got something coming up tonight, which I'm nervous for. Which again, you know, if you're part of the group, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I don't need to dwell on it, but I'm nervous about it, and I feel a little bit better. You know, I had a day with the Christmas plan stress that came up. I had the first day in about 2 weeks. I wasn't just entirely stressed about only that. Still stressed about that, but I had something else to stress about, which was nice. Okay, this is a good boss for 1 heart, and I will take this, and I will go on to the next floor. But you know, I had some relief, my fantasy recap, dude. I can't wait to read it because I freaking won, dude. We're going to the championships, and the number 4 seed beat the number 1 seed, so it's gonna be me versus the number 4 seed. I have a chance, dude. I have a chance. Yeah, why not? I might have a key. Dunk. Ooh, it might have a key. It might have a key. 3 keys potentially. Oh, I could talk about Genshin actually. It was an eventful Genshin evening for myself in terms of personal accomplishment. We can get to that in a second. But yeah, I was very stressed about it yesterday, and I had a little a lovely call from Maria that was nice and made me feel a little bit better, and then Jacob made me feel a little bit better as well. So I had a little bit of relief from those two. That took the weight off a little bit, but I'm still, dude, I'm stressing tonight. This week has been simultaneously the longest week of my entire life. Yes, please. Whilst also being like, it's Tuesday. It was Tuesday last week, and I've blinked, and it's Tuesday this week. So I can't tell if this has been, and this is Josh was talking about this. I remember Maria did the poll on Twitter when it was election week, and she was like, "Hey, has this been the longest week of all time, or has this been the shortest week of all time?" I didn't feel that one as much, and don't get me wrong, I have American friends, so it was, and I talked about it. Well, you know, at the time, I remember talking about it in my Isaac episodes. It was very much it was definitely a thing, and you know, talking to. Well, I'm not going to go into the political aspect of it, but let's just say. No, let's just not say, actually. Maybe let's just not say. Well, yeah, should we not say? I think we'll not say. I think we'll not say. Okay, hell. I am in hell. But I'm not well, 'cause I'm in hell. Dunkity. Yeah, that one, it didn't, so it was still like, it was, you know, it wasn't a quick week. But, you know, I'm not American, so it wasn't as big of a deal for me. This is probably my closest equivalent. If you think back to the stress you all felt during election week, this is, I feel like I get that feeling now of what you said. Because this week has absolutely shot by in the blink of an eye, but also it feels like last Tuesday was 6 years ago. So, dude, like, I'm nostalgic for last Tuesday. So, dude, it's been a long one. I'm very nervous. I'm nervous, and I said yesterday that today's episode was going to be a chaotic one because I knew for a fact I was going to wake up and have nerves to the degree of I'm struggling to eat today because I feel like I will vomit butterflies, like physical wings and stuff will come out. Dude, you know what? I'm not scared to play this day. Usually, I don't play coin machines in dailies. I know Josh does, and he's good. So maybe I should think about doing it. But this is 100 points I've just spent. This is 100 points already. That doesn't come easily to me. Okay, yeah. So we'll take. Okay, Bacano. So we'll take the Perthrow. Yeah, I mean, this is like 200 points we've just spent on this thing. Look, I'm telling you. Not a single Spirit Heart hurts my heart and soul a little bit. That point loss, it doesn't come easily to me. And I feel like Josh can afford it because he's making plays. There's something, I don't know what it is exactly. There's something going on in his brain when he's playing those machines. He has some sort of goal in mind, some sort of target. The boy knows what he's doing. I'm just hitting it and praying essentially for a Spirit Heart on that one, which we didn't get, and that's fine. But you know what? We have a Perthrow here, and we have a Perthrow. We have another one for the next floor if we end up using this here, which I'll feel inclined to do for the sake of getting my money worth. Hey, this is hell. Okay, probably should have waited until I'd taken the full hit there to use Heart, but it's fine. And we are going to use Perthrow because that's stinky and lame. We are going to go and use the other Perthro because that's stinky and lame. I would like... I mean, so the spun possibility makes me feel good on the inside. And I'm not feeling very good on the inside right now. Did I mention that I feel like throwing up? I don't know if I mentioned that. So there's an Emperor, there's two Emperors. And my shot speed isn't fantastic. You know what, dude? Okay, I'm going to take it. We're only on caves too. I could try and use the Emperor for boss rush, but oh my god, I have 2 hearts. Can I afford a boss rush right now? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I know it's not very ambitious. I'm gonna take the speed and I'm gonna take the shot speed, considering both not overly low but not overly high either. And we're gonna progress here with a Perthro rune, and hopefully we can make something happen with that Perthro rune. Okay, so we've got a dial on this room massively because I could just like die here. Okay, I think that's the hard bit done. Okay, good job, Reese. Good job. Okay, yeah, okay, right. So yeah, so this is, and maybe this is a good reason why I didn't go into a bit today. You know, dude, I should tell the story. I was talking about the 44 thing yesterday. Why I want. Yep. Okay. Stinky. Although if you could drop. Oh, he's guaranteed. I keep using Yum Heart after only half a heart. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, trash him. Friends, trash him. Help me. Okay. Interesting. No, Yum Heart's going to be good to me here. What have you got for me? Don't know what that is. I don't know what that does. It's a spacebar item, and considering it says he demands sacrifice, I'm not... Oh, dude, the Spirit Hearts are delicious, though. Ooh. Ooh, they hit the spot just right. It says it's something about sacrifice. Yeah, I am definitely not going to risk that one on a daily. That's one that I'll try out on a casual run in my spare time at some point. That's not one I want to learn about on a daily, I don't think. I could just see death written all over that item. So we're not going to be doing that. We will instead be progressing with Guppy's Tail, which I'll take. A little bit late. I don't think it's going to do much for us at this point, but I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. Okay, just take it one moment at a time. Dude, I'm so fucking nervous, man. Oh god, I just looked at the time. I've still got 14 and a half hours. Oh, okay. Dude, I'm so glad I bought a load of alcohol for tonight. Woo! Okay, dude, you're gonna be fine. Also, that woo, like, was strained coming out of my throat. That's how dry it is right now, dude. That's how dry, and that's how groggy, and that's how... Grog, isn't grog, what's grog? Oh, grog's the drink that the orcs drink in Lord of the Rings, right? I was gonna say, isn't that Baby Yoda, but he's like Grog or something? Grog, is that right? Apparently Mandalorian was very good. But I don't know, apparently the movies are very good as well, and... I'm not sure I've been convinced of the truth on that one yet. Hey-o! I'm joking, kind of. Not really anything we want here, but I will do this just once for a Spirit Heart potentiality, and we'll get that and we'll move on. Don't know what that Buck Puck does, but it's cute though. I need a new Buck Puck. Maybe if we get the money, I'll go. And yeah, we're not getting the money actually. I've just realised we have 1 cent. So I could talk about my adversity. Potentially, I guess would be the word to the number 4, but also the number 44 specifically is the worst variant for me, because you know I talked a little bit about it yesterday. How just episode 44 all was minkissing me out, but especially I didn't want to do Sundays, but I realised that that would leave 44 to be today's, and I didn't want 44 to be the last episode for like a week. I didn't want to leave it lingering, and I also didn't want it to go up today because I have something. So A, important, and B, something with high potential to go horribly wrong tonight. So I didn't want episode 44 to be going up on the day where I have something very important to me happening. Again, which I won't dwell on too much because I cannot. But obviously, if you're watching this, which is again, I've said before, I know who watches these videos. So I know you two know the context. /3 if this happens to be one that Maria has watched. But But yeah, I didn't want to leave episode 44 hanging, and no one commented saying they get it. So no, I didn't get any. Oh yeah, dude, I know what you mean. Me too. Comments. So that gives me the impression that potentially this isn't something that's. I mean, it's not a large sample size to be like, okay, so NSL doesn't also have this, or at least based on yesterday, and Josh probably also doesn't. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other. This isn't still like a common thing, or at least an uncommon thing that other people have. But essentially, for me, it spawned from a nightmare, I guess you could say, a night terror. I don't know if it was a night terror. I don't really know the line. I've witnessed pretty rough night terrors from my little brother. Back when I was younger, and he used to wake up like absolutely screaming, his eyes out, tears streaming down his face. You'd be trying to like comfort him, and he'd be like, "They're behind you, they're in the corner, they're in the corner." Or he'd be like, "They're coming to get me, they're coming to get me. They're taking me, they're taking me." He'd like scream just really minkish shit like at the top of his voice, like tears streaming down his down his eyes, like pure fear in the pit of his heart. Those were night terrors. I'd consider those night terrors, for sure. I don't know if I'd consider mine a night terror, but essentially I was probably like 8 years old, maybe 8 or 9, somewhere in that general vicinity. I think I was still in primary school. And I had a nightmare where essentially I was just walking around my school, my primary school, late at night. And it's gonna sound stupid. Before I even share this, it's gonna sound stupid. But let me say this, dude. If you laugh at me, you're a bully, because this is it was what? So I was like 8, so it was like 13, 14 years ago, and I still think about it to this day, and it's still the reason why I don't like the number 4, and it's still the reason why I don't really enjoy the company of cows. I've gotten over it for the most part. I don't like being around them though. I'm worried they're gonna kill me. So if you laugh at me for this, you are a bully. I'm just telling you now, and I'm gonna have to call the police on you. So just be ready for that. Essentially, I was walking around, and there was this courtyard, right? And it was dark, and it had this like eerie feel to it. I don't know if anyone's seen Insidious, and there's the scene in Insidious. I've only seen it once, and it was a while ago, and I wasn't overly into it, so I don't remember many of the specifics. I never watched any of the rest of them. I only watched the first ones, even though my mum and sister are big horror fans, and they've both told me I should go back and rewatch the first one and then watch the other ones because they're worth it. So I probably will at some point, and it's also the James Wan movies, and I am actually a big fan of James Wan's, because the Saw franchise is one of, if not my favourite movie franchise of all time, and the Conjuring films are all really good as well. So it would make sense to add like Insidious too. But either way, I didn't I don't remember much of the specifics, but he goes into the dream world, right? Or whatever it's called. I can't remember specifically what it's called. And the vibe that place he has that he goes into was essentially the same sort of like atmosphere and feel that this dream or this nightmare had. This sort of like weird like energy about it that it had, and then this like this like it was dark, but it was kind of light, but like the light felt weird. It was like kind of glowy, but it had like a bad glow to it. Does that make sense? Like, it was a little bit uneasy. It was an uneasy atmosphere. I can't explain it, but that's the closest. Watching that scene is probably the closest I've ever felt to being in that nightmare again. Like, I remember watching that scene and being like, why does this remind me of the worst dream that ever happened to me? That's a weird film. I should rewatch that. I might rewatch that over Christmas. I might ask my mum and my sister if they want to watch it with me. We'll see what happens. What have you got for me? I'd take some Spirit Hearts. Would be nice here. Take a few Spirit Hearts. Would be... Ooh, we'll take a couple of Spirit Hearts. I'm going to guess this is going to be spiders. I'll take a Spirit Heart if you don't mind. Oh, okay. So I just walked into that guy. So that's kind of the sort of vibe it was. And I was walking around the school, and there was no one around, but I could hear like noise, like somewhere there was people gathered, and there was this courtyard at one part of the school, and it was like a U-shaped, or it was like a square but with one side cut off. So there was like a top bit, and then there was a bit on the right side, there was a bit on the bottom side. And on the top bit was a classroom. That was my classroom. On the bottom bit was a classroom that was the other year 6 classroom. And then the bit on the side was just a corridor that linked the two. And you could walk between the two. There was a tree out there, and I remember that there was a tree out there because in the dream the tree wasn't there. And essentially, I was on the side that my classroom was on, and no one was over there. Like, it was dark, it was pitch black over there, all the lights were off, and I could see the lights off in the distance, like the Spirited Away bathhouse, you know, lighted up on the other side of the courtyard, right? So I'm like, oh, they must be in class over there. So I go across to this classroom on the other side, and as I get into the hall, into the courtyard, I'm walking across, and I something like stops me, right? Like I feel something. We're going the wrong way here. I feel something like making me stop, like I can't go any further. And I feel like if this was a movie, this would be the scene, like the violins and the cellos would be like creaking at me and building up that really suspense, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's the apologies to Spink and Paul for my awful violin and cello impressions there. I promise that I've heard Spink play, and I promise it sounds better than that. I've not heard Paul play, so dude, I don't know. I can only assume based on knowing him that it is definitely a lot better than that, and that he's very, very, very good at it. But I haven't heard him play. I have heard Spink play though, and she is very good at it for sure. But yeah, I had this sort of feeling that I had to like stand, I had to stop, and then I remember slowly turning around, like it was a horror film basically. And on the wall was like a pike, like a spear coming out of the wall. And there was a cow impaled on the spear, is pretty much. Like, it went through the butt and it came out of the mouth. And it was like, the cow looked like it was screaming, and it was just impaled on this spear. Now, this is where it's going to sound absolutely stupid. This is where it's going to sound very stupid. Okay, we have brimstone. That sounds kind of scary, right? An impaled cow on the wall of my school when I'm like 10 years old. That's pretty scary. I'm out in the dark by myself. Dude, this speed is too much. I can't control it. I feel like I'm slipping around on oil here. Oh, dude, we have Incubus friend. He does the little brimstone with me. Little tiny planet brimstone. I was gonna say I did the reroll there because we got Dark Judas, and I didn't want to slam through all of that health for Dark Judas. So I was like, hey, let me reroll, and I might get a run that has low health, and then I can do it. But I'm an idiot, and that rerolls Dark Judas. So I guess if I wanted it, I would have had to have killed myself. But considering we had full health, that would have lost a lot of points. But I guess if I really wanted it, the play would have been to just kill myself, respawn, and then reroll as the D4. So I'm not too bothered about that because I don't think I would have wanted to do that anyway. Pretty scary, right? This was going to sound stupid. On the wall, in blood, scary, right? Wait till you hear it. There was a message written that said, this printing was brought to you by 4, like the number 4. What was I even holding there? 2 of hearts. Just gonna get rid of that. As if it was like a hashtag ad, as if it was like a sponsored mutilated impaled cow. Like that was brought to you by 4. And first of all, what does that mean? Second of all, I remember specifically it said this printing. What the hell does this printing mean? What does the number 4 mean there? Why is it written like it's a sponsored bit? And I remember it, and dude, like I'm telling you, this happened to me when I was like, actually, I think it was year 6, so I'm going to say I was like 9 or 10, actually, now that I've thought about it a little bit. I'm going to say 9 or 10, I don't think I was 8, because I think it was year 6. So potentially 10, but 9 or 10. And I remember the phrasing down to the word to this day. Partially because it scarred me for years, partially just because is weirdly, it's just specific, it's just like a weird phrase, right? And this really did, like, for years, this was like a worry. Like, I was scared of this. I was scared of that. Thankfully, it was the last year of primary school, so I only had to be near that courtyard for like a few more months at that point. But I was scared of the courtyard, I was scared of going back to the school, I was scared of cows, I was scared of the number 4, I was scared of all of it. And that was why. And so so that happened, so I panic, and I run across, I turn around, I run across the courtyard to go into the classroom where the other people are, right? And first of all, that was absolutely painful because it was so slow, and it felt like I was running in slow motion the whole way. Like, I remember my feet being like zero gravity, like slow-mo, like the air, like a swimming pool of sludge I was running through, trying to get over there. And I remember it felt like forever, right? And just remember, as I said, as I keep saying, this dream was like 11 years ago, and I remember it vividly. This is, like, I could be making this up right now, sure. This is from the heart. I'm speaking right now. I'm speaking directly. This anecdote is coming straight out of the left ventricle. I don't really know the names of heart anatomy, to be honest. But it's coming from one of them. It's coming from one of them. Every word, the valve flaps. Let me tell you that much. All the coin trinkets this one. All the coin trinkets this one. So so I go across. I eventually get across, and I shit you not. And again, this is gonna sound stupid. If you laugh at me, you're a bully. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. I'm joking, by the way. You're allowed to laugh. In fact, if anything, laughing about it's probably good, I guess, because it's like kind of a little bit dramatic. Not really. Like, I'm over it. Mostly, for the most part. I know I'm telling it in like vivid 4K HD right now, but I'm over it, dude. I'm over it, dude. I'm definitely not still a little bit uncomfortable around horses. I'm definitely horses. No, horses are fine. I love horses. It'd be a little bit funny. I'd spent this long around horses and like learned to ride them to a reasonable degree, and I was just terrified of them the whole time. Like, every time I ride a horse, I'm just like scared the whole journey. Ho 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 ho. That's kind of funny. That's a good bit. A jockey who's scared of horses. That's a good bit. I like that. SNL, you can have it for $100. Have it for $100. Ooh, maybe 200 actually. You guys have a lot of money for some reason. I really don't know why. Very American, that show. I don't know if I don't know if it's just an outsider thing. I've tried. I truly have tried. I really just don't get it at all. But that's fine. That's fine, dude. That's fine. It's not made for me. It's not made for me. And I like Pete Davidson. I like most of the cast. Like, to be completely honest, I honestly like most of the cast. I just really think it's very rarely funny at all. Unfortunately. But that's fine. That's fine. So I get in. I open the door to get to the other side of the courtyard. I go in, and there's like a room. It's not the door from outside to inside. Isn't the direct door into the classroom. There's like another. You go in, and then there was like a little like outside room, if I remember correctly. Like, vaguely, I remember. So I go into there, and then I get to the door of the classroom, and I see people in there. I see one of the teachers. I see like both of the classes. I reckon there was probably about 35 kids a class in that year. So I see like both of the classes, and then there were 4 classes per year, if I recall correctly. And I remember the 2 classes, the 4 classes per year, and then 2 of the, like they were kind of split into pairs that were kind of like loosely linked. So it's 4 classes, but if there was ever any like linking up, they could link the 2 classes in 2 pairs. And our class and the other class across the courtyard were the pair, and that's why they were close in the building. And both my class and the other class were in that room, so there's like 70 kids in there. I could see the teacher, and I'm screaming to let me in, and nothing is coming out. Like, my voice, I am screaming. And I've had nightmares since, not particularly recently, but I mean like as a youth still. Okay, I didn't think that guy was going to shoot sideways, I'm going to be honest. I can never tell the difference between who does and who doesn't. I usually just assume everyone does. That time was probably the first time this run I didn't think to do that, and I got burned for it, so that's my bad. Okay, yep, that's awful damage. And I've had once since this happened where like I've been like trying to scream and just nothing comes out. That's like a pretty normal. Same with the like, you know, jelly legs or the concrete legs. Happen in nightmares quite a lot. I think those are pretty normal things to happen in them. This is one of them. The whole like screaming and just like no matter how hard you try, nothing coming out of your throat. And I shit you not, I was screaming and I was screaming for help, and I turned into a cow. I'm just gonna let that one sit for a minute. I wish. I didn't mean to press spacebar there. I didn't. I honestly, I'm glad I got a fuck ton of health here. I genuinely did not mean to press spacebar there. I don't know why I did. I think I was just skipping through the cutscene and just kept pressing spacebar, even after I got out. So that was not my best choice. I was just going to ride out the brimstone laser to the end of the run. To be completely honest with you, I was planning on riding out the brimstone laser to the end of the run. Also, I wish I realised what time it was, and I would have not full cleared this floor and done hush. So, oops. I didn't even realise that we were... I honestly, I looked at my recording time like a couple minutes ago and saw that it was like 34 minutes. So I didn't rush. But if I saw the actual time, I definitely would have not full cleared this floor. Oh well, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. What have you got for me? Sure, dude. Another thing to reroll? Range down. Oh no, dude, what am I gonna do? Speed up. Poggy, dude. I turned into a cow, and I remember seeing it because I didn't see it from my perspective. As soon as it started to happen, I came out of my body from the perspective of someone inside the classroom looking through the door, and there was no one there because I was looking through the door. All of a sudden, the perspective switched to someone looking through the door at me, like recoiling back in terror, and as my face sort of like contorted into like a half scream, I turned into a cow and I died. Oh, I honestly don't remember how it ended. I don't remember where I woke up. I think I woke up as I was turning into a cow. Did we just fucking shrink there? At the end of that room? Why do I feel like we just shrunk there? So I don't know if I died. I don't know if I lived the rest of my life as a cow. But there you go, dude. There's the dream. Now, and ever since, cows have made me a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not overly fond of impaling. I feel like that isn't a controversial statement to say. And I remember learning the word impaled because of that dream. Because I remember trying to look into it to be like, what the fuck was this dream about? Was that normal? And I remember trying to be like, what's the word for if something's like put on a spike? And I remember as well, like a week after this. So this is how do I tell the story without doxing here? I want to be a little bit careful. But there's this area in my hometown. There's a big open naturey area. There's a lot of like fields and there's a lot of there's like a big river that runs quite snakily through it. And there's a couple of like stables out there. They've got horses there. A lot of horses out in that little area there. A couple of like little farms. If you walk out far enough, there's this like big country house that's like fenced off and has security cameras around it. So it's a little naturey area. And actually, in the past like 3 or 4 years, they've started building a load of houses on it. Unfortunately, which is extremely lame because I used to walk around there with my best friend. All the time, like literally like every weekend is what we'd do. We'd meet up, we'd go to Sainsbury's, we'd buy a Monster Energy drink each, and then we'd go and walk around this area, and we had this like, there was this little secret beach that you'd have to like kind of wade through this like really tall grass section on this really like out of the way bit of the path, and it pops out with this little like pebble beach, and we used to just go and hang out, and we used to just sit on the pebble beach, and we used to just talk for hours on this little beach. And it was this little secret beach that not many people knew about. And like for all the years we went there like every week, maybe like twice ever, like a dog walker would come down there with a dog, and the dog would go in the water, and we'd have a little chat with the dog walker. So like no one knew about it. That specific area, that it has houses on it now. That bit of the river is all houses now. So that little bit of my childhood has been you know, paved paradise to put up a parking lot. So that's unfortunate, but like a week after this dream happened, and I discovered the word impaled, there was a story in the MEN, which is the Manchester Evening News, which is Manchester's local newspaper. Like the main one, at least, as there are some small ones as well, but that's the main one for the whole city. Explosive diarrhea and retrovision, sick, dude. There was an article. Someone found a dog that someone had impaled with a crossbow. Like they'd shot a crossbow bolt, a long ass crossbow bolt, through its throat, and it had impaled it, and it was like through the dog, and they dumped the body along like the dog walking trail. It wasn't a trail specific, but like the path. The week after this fucking dream. So I am fucked, right? From this dream. It's still like, it's fresh. And I'm like trying to figure out what it was. And like if I should be scared. If something was trying to kill me. And dude, and I was, at the time, dude, I was like 10. And now I'm like, obviously I don't believe this anymore. Because it was just a nightmare. Although, again, I still don't really like the number 4. Or the number 44 specifically, and I was thinking about this last night. It's probably the closest equivalent. Some people don't like the number 13. Some people think 13's unlucky. 44 is my 13, essentially. I feel the same way about 44 as people do about the number 13, if that explains it at all. So it's kind of a shame we didn't take it to the Steam sale. We would have re-rolled it by now anyway, so I guess it didn't really matter too much. We definitely shouldn't have got hit there. Right, let's see what we've got. I've got a couple batteries in here. Dude, what is it? What have we got that's giving us all this loot every time I re-roll? I don't really know what's doing that. Full red hearts. Full red hearts. Interesting. But genuinely, for like 2 weeks, I genuinely was like scared for my safety. I thought someone was out to get me, dude. I thought someone was coming to get me. So it was a scary time. It was a scary time. But so bearing in mind, I just had this awful nightmare, and I genuinely am like concerned that something might be trying to kill me, but via impalation. And then a story comes out that a dog is found on in that area that I don't want to say the name of because it'll dox my hometown. In that area that someone had just like dumped there, which first of all that's absolutely just fucked up. But dude, the timing messed me up, and it was terrifying. It was terrifying. So yeah, that was my scary nightmare, and I remember it vividly. And I think maybe in my life I can remember 2 more nightmares ever. I remember one when we were on a trail in somewhere like Grasmere, maybe I would say, because I went on a school trip to Grasmere, so I feel like it'd be that because it was another school one. And I was with school people, and as we were on the trail. Something threw a skull at me from over this little bump in the hill, and this was a really straightforward dream. There wasn't much to this dream, but for some reason it kind of got me quite bad at the time. Something threw a skull at me, and then I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then it happened again. It threw another skull at me, and I was like, "Dude, what the fuck is that?" And no one else was even like paying attention to it. So I remember going up, climbing up the little hill, and peeking round, and then getting woken up out of fear by what I saw when I looked at where the skull came from. What did I see? I honestly, it's not even just that I don't remember. I honestly don't think that part of it was like the beta. It was like a demo for the dream. Like there was a cliffhanger there. I honestly don't think I actually even saw what it was, or if there was anything there in the dream. I didn't process anything visually. I genuinely believe I looked and then the dream ended. It was like a cliffhanger. It was like a demo for the dream. But it gave me the feeling of fear when you hit the peak of a nightmare and it bumps you awake because the peak happens, the scary thing happens that wakes you up. I got that feeling from whatever was behind there. So that'll mess me up. And then the last one that I remember, I was at my grandmother's house, and my dad was dropping me off at my grandmother's house. He used to do this quite a lot back when I used to spend weekends with my dad, but he'd work on Saturdays. So it was routine. My dad would pick me up, and then he'd take me to my grand's, and then I'd spend Saturday night at my grand's, and then we would go to church on Saturday night, which is where that came from, because that's something that I've never really talked about, on the channel or to kind of like my online friend group, but since getting to know Spink and stuff, I've been talking about that a little bit more. So that's where my church started, is because my gran is very Christian. I'm a Christian as well, and I've been christened and went to a Catholic school and stuff. But yeah, that's where that started. My dad dropped me off at my gran's, and then on a Saturday night we'd go to church. But anyway, so that was kind of like a pretty regular thing in my childhood for a while. So again, I don't know how old exactly I was when this happened. I'd imagine all of these dreams, I believe I was probably around the 10 mark. Maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older, but somewhere around there, I would say. Yeah, my dad had dropped me off in the dream. I was upstairs, and there she has one of those flats where like the door's downstairs, but the whole flat's upstairs. So you walk in and there's just a staircase, and you go straight up. And I remember being in the bedroom because the car park's around the back. So I was in the bedroom so that when my dad went out to the car, I could wave goodbye to him. So I'd said goodbye. I was in the bedroom looking out the window, and then I remembered. I was like, oh, I fucking didn't drop the left hand. Never mind, we don't have the left hand. Or did it get consumed when we went down, maybe, is what just happened, potentially? Maybe I did have the left hand and it's just been consumed. Okay, well, that's a little bit unfortunate, but c'est la vie. Life goes on, life goes on. And then I had something to tell him, and I was like, oh, shit, I should go say this. You know, as kids do, and they say goodbye to someone in their family, say goodbye to their dad, say goodbye to the mum, and they're like, wait, one more thing. And then I ran out of the bedroom and ran downstairs. And there was I think maybe I've talked about this one before, actually. I feel like I've told someone about this one before. There was a fucking mannequin instead of my dad downstairs, and it had its back to me, and I froze at the top of the stairs, and it turned around and looked at me, and I sprinted into the bedroom to the other side of the bed, and hid on the other side of the bed, and prayed that it just didn't come in. And I remember like curling up in a ball and nothing and nothing and nothing and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then looking up, and it was just in front of me, not just in front of me, but then like I panicked. I went to climb over the bed, and there were like 10 of them. The room was like full of them. I don't know if anyone's played Condemned, the game. I think this was the second one, Condemned 2. It had a scene like this, and it's one of the scariest things. That scene, again, because of specific situations I've gone through, that scene fucked me. Because it has a scene where you walk into a room and there are a bunch of mannequins at the end of the room. I think is it a shooting gallery? Why do I feel like you're in an old police station and it's a shooting gallery? And they're basically it's a long room, is why I think it might be a shooting gallery, because I think they're at the end of the room. And you walk in and there are all these mannequins, and they're all stood at the end of the room with their backs to you. The light goes off for a second, the light comes back on, they're closer. And essentially that's like the gimmick of the room, is the light keeps going off, and every time the light goes off and comes back on, the mannequins have moved closer to you, and they're all around you. Absolutely just horrifically terrifying. And if anyone has ever wondered, by the way, I believe. So if anyone doesn't know, as I said, you guys, I imagine everyone watching this knows, because I know the group does, because it's come up plenty of times, especially playing Animal Crossing with the gang, because everyone has these on their islands. I know Spink has like 5 of them on her orchard at the back corner of her island, so I just never ever go to the back corner of her island. I hate gnomes. I hate them. They make me uncomfortable. If I'm walking and I see one, I'll jump scare almost. I'll like, ooh, like it'll make me sort of like not a double take, or like I don't know what the word is, but like, dude, they scare me. They make me uncomfortable. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. I don't like looking at them. I don't like seeing them. I don't like thinking about them. I hate them with a burning passion. And I believe, okay, maybe a little bit too late on this one. Do you want to bother converting? You don't get points for converting, do you? No, you lose points, because the heart is more valuable than 1 spirit heart. Okay, that makes sense. I believe that's where that came from, because I don't recall, and it's possible this is right. Oh, we got Guppy! We had Tail? I guess at some point we just had... So we didn't have Head. What's the other one? What am I missing? Dead Cat. I guess we just had Dead Cat at some point from one of our D4 rerolls. I didn't realise. Okay, hell yeah, dude. Go Guppy. Sure, we'll take it. Thank you, D4, for helping us with the Guppy dream there. So this run is very much stacked. Thank you, D4. We love D4 in this house. I don't, and like I said, it's possible I had like a gnome-based nightmare at some point and I don't remember. Maybe I was even younger and that's why I don't remember it, but why it still had an effect. But I think that's come from the mannequin thing, because I don't really like mannequins either. Not in the same way, but I'm not overly fond of them. I don't like spending too much time with them, let me put it that way. So I don't know if it's a similarity, if it's similar there, but yeah, but that, and then the very first episode of New Doctor Who, season 1, episode 1 with Christopher Eccleston, is the episode where that weird thing underneath London brings all the mannequins to life and makes them start killing people. The Autons, as they're called. I think Autons, does that sound right? Auton? I can't remember if it's N or an N. That sounds right, though. Yeah, those things, fucking terrifying. I rewatched that episode, I've rewatched that episode, like, in the past year, I think, in the past 12 months or so. Yeah, fuck those things. Honestly, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And also, similarly, the Weeping Angels are probably also one of the scariest, like, creatures, aliens, whatever you want to call them, in Doctor Who, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions. If anyone doesn't know, the Weeping Angels, they're these, like, these well, they're literally like crying angels, but then when you look at them, they stay still, but if you stop looking at them, they move, and then they scream at you if they appear in your face. Like they're weeping until they get to you, and then they have these like horrible, like creepy looking faces. And yeah, they do the same thing that the condemned mannequins do. When you stop looking at them, they move. Them things are fucking scary, man. Them things are scary. And to be honest, the funny thing is, I remember the Weeping Angel episodes coming out when I was younger, and it being like a big thing, like a lot of people around school being like, holy shit, I'm not going to sleep for weeks. The Weeping Angels never got me that much at the time. Now, though, the Weeping Angel episodes make me uncomfortable. The Weeping Angel episodes, those things are fucking scary. Dude, there's some scary Doctor Who things, you know. The silence... Those weird, like, terrifying, like, crystal skull aliens that, like, rattle at you, but you can only... And they wear the suits, and when you look at them, you can see them, but as soon as you break eye contact with them, you don't remember them anymore. Like, they're just gone from your memory. Those things are fucked. Those things are weird. So there's some interesting ones in Doctor Who. There's some interesting ones, but maybe that can be a bit for another day. I could talk about my favourite Doctor Who enemies and episodes. Nerd! Fuck it. Is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. So the fact that we just beat that run and got 325th 3 hours in tells me that this is going to be a bad one. So we're definitely not going to be saving our average this week. Again, I would have liked to have done Hush. Boss Rush is probably possible, and the 10k points, or damage, well, probably was taking damage on them, but the like 8,000 points there probably would have been a difference maker. I don't know if you could pivot to a Mega Satan or something. You could probably break something somewhere. I don't know, dude. Watch Josh's episode. He'll probably figure it out. He usually does. But yeah, the fact that we're only just over 3 hours in, the fact that it's 1:15 right now, and we're 327th for the 30,001 run, tells me that this is going to finish. I'm going to put it at an 1800. And obviously yesterday was absolutely abysmal. As was the day before. So that's going to be my average for the week. It's going to be probably around the high 3,000s, based on where I think this will end. Which might be a new personal worst, which is funny considering last week was my personal worst. So we're making progress, just the wrong way right now. So it'd be nice, I get back home on Sunday. Whether I'm able to record Sundays, it's always a 50-50. I would say this week it's less of a 50-50. I'd say it's less than likely. I think Monday now. I think Monday the 29th. So this will be the last episode for a little while now. And the last run from me for a while. I know. Honestly, I'm sadder than you guys are probably. I'm definitely going to get massive FOMO over this, and it's going to hurt. I'm also worried about the new Genshin update drops tomorrow when I go home, which means I'm not going to be able to play the new Genshin update till Sunday, and that FOMO is going to absolutely eat me alive every night until Sunday when I can finally play it. So I can't wait for that. Yeah, so don't get me wrong. I'm definitely. It makes me sadder than it makes you guys probably because I like doing these every day, and also I hate FOMO, and I'm gonna get FOMO. I'm gonna get FOMO, dude. Genshin's gonna fucking suck. It's gonna hurt. I think it's gonna be tricky. Why on earth did they have to release the update the day I go home for like 5 days? But anyway. Thank you guys for watching, as I said, so this will be the last one now until I'd imagine at the earliest 29th. Obviously, I don't really know what's happening, so fuck it, dude. Might be the last one till the new year, who knows? So I just want to say, I just want to take the opportunity now to say I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. Obviously, I'm going to be talking to you all, well, tonight, so I'll say this tonight, and I also will definitely be messaging you all on Christmas Day. I mean, we talk every day, pretty much. It's not like I'm not going to talk to you guys again. I mean, we're literally... We're hanging out tonight, so I'll say all this to you guys not in person, in digital person via messenger, via a messenger call. I'll say all this, so I probably don't need to dwell too much. But I hope you guys have a great Christmas. I'll say it again tonight, dude. I'll say it again on Wednesday. I'll say it again on Thursday. I'll say it again on Friday. Watch me, dude. I'll say it every freaking day, dude. I'll be in the group chat wishing you all happy Christmases, happy Fistmases. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great one. And if you're any, and I guess, okay, I hope you guys have a great Christmas. I just assume that no one watches these outside of Josh, Jacob, Maria, so I don't know. If you're someone other than that, then I hope you have a great Christmas. Sorry for not, I don't know, sorry if someone feeling why isn't he, who's he talking to? Why don't I get a Merry Christmas? I want a Merry Christmas. Dude, Merry Christmas, dude. I hope you specifically watching this right now have the best fucking Christmas you've ever had in your entire freaking life, dude. I appreciate you all very much so. And if I don't see you guys before the end of the year, I imagine I will. I should do. I'd be surprised. But if I don't, love you all. And I'll see you on the flip side. Dude, I don't want to end. I feel sad. Because as soon as I hit stop record, I know that I'm not going to be able to talk to this microphone for like 6 days now. Makes me a little sad. Boxing Day. Fun video coming up on Boxing Day. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's like an hour and a half long. The point is my usual Boxing Day thing I do that I used to do on Yeti Hype. It's just like a chill, throw it on in the background if you've got something to, you know, if you're busy, don't watch it at all. That's fine. But if you've got some, you know, you're chilling, you're full up from all your Christmas food, maybe having leftovers, or you're having a second meal or something. Maybe you're seeing more family. I imagine this year it's probably unlikely, but if you've got some time and you want to just chuck something on in the background, a little bit of company, I usually, this is what I've been doing, I usually just pick a random game and I just do a really chill, really long video and I just throw it up, and if people want to put it up in the background they can. That said, watch the last 10 minutes. Maybe the last 15, I'd say, actually. Watch the last... Check out the end of it. Check out the end of that video, is what I'll say. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Video on Boxing Day. Otherwise, I'll be back on like the 29th. Is my provisional date, I'll say. So I guess I'll see you guys then. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. And happy holiday season. Goodbye, guys. A bonk.